Okay, now in the Sifra Tzniuta, I think I'm in the right place now. We're on number Zion. Okay, so number Zion on page Tov Kuf Pei Vov. So it says over here, Rabbi Bira Meshula the Biagrua. So what does a Bira Meshulav mean? Does that mean an accompanying express something comes along on the side of the Gra? Sheniz Boyer Inyan Lisha Mamala Ravavin. Shuhu Beloshin Shel Erich Anpin. It's talking about the Loshin of Erich Anpin. Hanikwa Loshin the B'Deveres Gedolos. This is called by that name. Speaks great things. So we had this concept of Ravavim before. That's part of the pasuk. This is the concept of das. That's what the sun is. The tongue is rather. It's the chech v'chashinayim. It's the palate, and he says, and the teeth. Shehem chachma bina. That's so you got the word teeth there, not the word gorim. So b'meno yotza hadibur, and this is where the dibur comes from. He says, Dibur b'chinas Erich Anpin shuhu b'sod gedolos, which is the concept of big things. That's the Vilna Gaon. So now that was the end of that piece, and now we're on the next phrase in the Sifra Tzniuta, which is Lishon do sasim ben Yud and K. Now I think sasim means closed up, maybe it means hidden, something like that. So let's go to number Gimel, and we'll see what he has to say here. He said, when we talk about this word Lishon, Ado Sasim Ben Yud and K, Rei Bibir Meshulav Sheniz Boyer, Alpi Adivri Arizal, Bekama Makomos. Shul Sod Yisod Erich Anpin. So we've gone through this idea. We're talking about the Yisod of Erich Anpin. Hanikra Lishon. Hasansom Luvish B'Yisodis Abba Ve'ima. Now that's part of the idea that we had in the I guess the opening part before the Biurim. I don't know what you call that. He says Yishem Yud K, which are the letters Yud and K, and I notice how he spells the word K. The normal way to spell the word K seems to be K Aleph, and not K Yud and not K K. So he said, Mizdaveg Yisod Erich Anpin Mine Ube. We heard that before, beautiful idea. Kedei Lahotzia Tipas Shisha Kitzvos Dezer Anpin, and this Yichud Mine Ube inside of the Yisod, which is taken place inside of the Yisodas of Abba Ve'ima, is actually produces the Tipa, Shisha Kitzvos Dezer Anpin, Ein Sham. Biarno Od, we will further explain. Shuhu Gam Sod Mazla the Dikna de Erich Anpin. This is also the concept of the mazel, which connects to this mazel he's saying now is Lashon Yisod, which is connecting on Nikra Lishon. So that mazel also called by this name Lishon. Or Lishan, I'm not sure to pronounce it. Shu Das Elyon. So what is this Lishon? It's this upper das, Hanichlal Ba'aba Ve'ibel B'Shev Yud and K, which becomes a part of them. I think he meant the same ideas, is that it's benimi to them, and it's inside of their yisodos. This lishon extends down there, v'al yado, and through this, mizdavgim ava ve'ima, causes them to come together. This goes back on the idea that I really liked yesterday, which is that the nature of the Ein Sof Baruch Hu, who is only one, causes unity. So that causes this to come together. So if we choose to direct our prayers towards this oneness, we'll find that the people we're davening around and everything we're trying to do will come more into oneness. So in order for this Yisod of Erich Anpin, I said Yisod, he didn't say that, he said the tongue, to bring the drops of the 6 kitzvos in Zer Anpin Ein Sham. So that's what we learned previously about this. So now there's other biurim on this. The first one is Rei Ba'or Yakar, Shabir the Fidarko. So this is the angle that he comes from. V'lekach lishon do sasim bein yud l'kei. So we see that this is really hidden or closed up in between the two. I like this word sasim. I'm not sure what he means by that, why we need to say that. But it's in between the two of them. Maybe squeeze, something like that. So ashtei midos, which are two different midos. Hech atachton v'hech elyon. Oh, he says it's an upper and lower palate. So we see us switching around some of these words. Before he said that the palate and the teeth. Now he says the palate, upper palate, lower palate, which are also chokhmah bida behind the so the das. So this is really the secret of das and mispashet bein shteihem that comes out between the two. How it spreads. Let's say hamispashet, it spreads, extends into between the two of them. V'yotze b'chachma, and it comes out from the chachma. Shesham ha'elam ha'metzios, because it comes out, or it manifests outwards from Chokhmah, because over there in Chokhmah is the Helama, is the hiding of all things. So since it's hidden, so therefore it has to be exterior to it in some way. So let me see if I can work that out. Shisham Elam Ametzios, Lo Shorsho, that is in the Siv, Va'anfa, which is a Lashon, so we have for its root, called in the sieve, and its anfa and its branches is called the tongue. Oh, there's more to be said about that. So we have more languaging going on there. So he said, Beferish Marie Saruk. Now, as we always like Marie Saruk, but this is a little bit abbreviated. Oops, I didn't even know I lost it. Hi, Rebbe. I'm sorry, I didn't know I lost you there. I was just going on. Where did I lose you?
Branches.
Huh?
The branches and the tongue. Just go where you are.
Hakama number bet.
Yeah.
So in the Pirush Ris Sarok, Bir Khan Lefidarko, he explains according to the way he looks at things. The Ire Khan Be'inyan has Havos Zer Anpin. This is actually the coming into being of Zer Anpin. Hanikra Lisha Mamala de Ravravin. Now, so we've been playing mostly with the concept of the word Lisha refers to the middle line in some way, which is Mizdavik, these two forces, which is the hidden one, I guess, and the more revealed one, which is Bina, and this is also more revealed. So he says there, Anpin, Anikra Lisha Mamala Ravravin. But the Zerah Beer comes to explain like this: say that his chavos, how it comes into being. Shuhu al yedech biyichud ve'iver b'derek elam v'situm. So let's look at it again. It's through what? How does it come into being? It's by a yichud. Let's say that's ava ve'ima or miyached, ve'ivor, and then gestation inside of ima b'derek elam v'situm. But it's in there. You can't tell. So in other words, gets hidden. I guess. Zel l'shonim lishan do. Kolomar, this particular lishon, this whatever it is, we haven't decided yet. Lisha mamala bravavim. Zos habechidach of shechazer anpin hanikro lishon mamala bravavim. So this is really talking about this word lishon. It's Zer Anpin, who's able to speak ravavim, who saw some bein yud and k, and he's hidden in there. I don't know what it is. We'll see what it is. Kolomar bein ava ve'ima, so it comes out between the two of them. Ki gavar yudatish Erich Anpin, nasen as tipa Zer Anpin, la'avach v'derek mochim shal Abba, so he places the tipa, the place is placed inside of Abba. Derech mochim shal Abba, through the mochin of Abba. Umisham hoyer mispasha besocha ad yisod shal Abba, and from there, through the mochim, goes into the mochin of Abba, and then from the mochin of Abba, it goes into Yisod of Abba. So he, through his Yisod, he gives it to Ima. So it's inside of her, in her, it's inside of her. In a way that it's hidden up, it's hidden away, and it can't be seen because it's hidden inside of the womb of Ima. Kasher kabloch ba'abach b'min Erich Anpin, ben shel kabel oso ima min abba ad kan. So it remains hidden through all of those different ideas. So now let's look down a little bit more because I think there's a Kaf Hey here. Not sure how much it has to tell us, but we'll see what it is. He says, Ray Od, Beferish Marie Saruk Sham, so look over there. Shabir Vizel Lashon, that he explains, and this is what he said. Dakleg Levinake Lishan Do. So he's very specific that he wants to say the phrase is not just Lishon, but he wants to say Lishon Do. Mifnei sheyesh bechina rachever sheshmo Lishon Tov. So if you use the word Lishon, you be careful. So that's why because there's two different ways to darshan it. So I can't got one yet. Let's v'hainu bisman shezer Anpin noite klape chesed. Okay, so zer Anpin is the middle line. When it's inclined towards the right, shaza chasadim is chanbrach bepum ama. This is when this allows for the chasadim to gather together, join together. It's some kind of oneness idea, but at any rate, at the tip of his yisod. V'na'asa b'sod tipa, and these chasadim now become the drop that contains all the energy that we want to bring down. B'zera bizman kashuhu nikra b'shem Yaku Male b'alafim she'olatal. One more time. When is this? This is the time when, that is when, let's say that the yisod of Zer Anpin is ripened with the tipas within itself. So it's now called by the name Yaakov with the milui of Alafim, which will give you to the gematria of Tal. So Tal now, you see that it develops like that. Shuhu Roshe Teva. So this is something I never do understand how we have the concept of Roshi Tevos, but let's see what he says. He says that the concept of Tal is the same concept as Lishon Tav. So that's the difference between Lishon Do and Lishon Tav. Lishon Tav refers to the ripe yisod, so to speak. What are we trying to say? Shekumo shahaloshin shel hamishkol kumachriya. Is just the same way as the balance line of the balance scale. It goes one way or another. Kach zer b'techilo b'bechina zuz also zer Anpin in this aspect machriya litzad tov is going over to the right. And that's what Lishon Tav is talking about, the middle line, how it can incline one way or another. Zen Nikra Bechina Zu Lishon Tav. So therefore, Lishon is the balance. That balance is to the right. So it must be another kind of Lishon too. The Zerav the Nikra Lishon Do. So, but here we're using specifically the word Lishon Do, Shehi Bechina Cheres, which really refers to something else. And I guess that's the piece that we have right now. That was the Risaruk.